this video, we will discuss about the empirical rule. It is also known as 68, 95, 99.7 rule, or it is also known as sigma rule. Now, the sigma rule or empirical rule says if you have a data set and it is following the normal distribution, its 100% data will fall within three categories, right? Means in three standard deviations. Means how much data is deviate from the center. If it is deviation from mean to one standard deviation, this is the first one, right? Or minus sigma, this is the first spread of a data set, that is the 68%. Or if it is deviation from mean to 2 sigma or minus 2 sigma, means it is representing the 95% of a data set. Or if the deviation is sigma center or mu to third sigma, 3 sigma or minus 3 sigma, on this data set will be representing the 99.7. This is the empirical rule says. To get the clear understanding of the empirical rule, so let me discuss first what is the normal distributions, what normal distribution says. So this is the normal distribution. Now normal distribution says if you have a data set and that is following the normal distributions, so there are, in a real world data sets, there are in a real world data set there are some data that follow particular kind of pattern, or you can say that they have a different kind of behavior, right? What kind of behavior they have? A data set whose behavior is like that, there are inclinations like this. First, there are inclination toward the center. Here I draw the normal distribution, and that is the curve of the normal distribution, and under the curve I draw a histogram. This histogram is clearly showing us that a data set whose inclination is toward the center. So whenever the data set behaves like that, whose tendency is towards or around the center, and it is cluster around the center, now that kind of behavior of the data set are known as normal distribution data. Once again I am telling that a data set whose distribution is like that, whose inclination is toward the center. Here you can see the histogram. They are increasing, and they are clustered around the mean, or you can say center. So what kind of data set that follow this kind of distribution, this kind of behavior, which follow the normal distributions? Reason why it is mostly used in a statistics or in a research, right? So there are some types of data. Here you can see the human weight, height, volume, blood pressure, IQ score, salary, age, and there are many more examples I can give that follow this kind of distributions. So whenever the data set follow this kind of distribution, these are known as normal distributions. It is also known as bell curve because it has a kind of a shape which looks like bell. It is also known as the normal curve. There are some kind of points you can see here. There are 4 points. The first one known is that the normal distribution is a unimodal. A unimodal means it has a single peak. The second point is symmetrical about mean. Symmetrical about mean means it can divide in equal half. It can divide in a equal half. Now the third one says mu, or you can say average, determines the average of this distribution determine the center of the center of these distributions. This is the mu, you can say, and the fourth one is the sigma, which is also known as the standard deviation. Now, what does it mean by standard deviation? Standard deviation tells us how much data is spread, like in this way. Or in a simple term, I can say the standard deviation is how much data is far from center. That is what sigma tells, how much data is far from the center. Reason why it is also known as standard deviation. Now you have a basic understanding what is a normal distribution. Normal distribution is a kind describes that the data set whose tendency toward the center, it is known as a normal distributions. Now you can understand what does it mean by the empirical rule, right? If the data is far from the center or mean till the 1 sigma or minus 1 sigma, or you can say it is representing the 68%. If it is spread in that area, it is representing the 68%. If it is further spread till the 2 sigma or minus 2 sigma, it will be 95. If it is further very far from the center or mu till the 3 sigma or minus 3 sigma, it can represent 99.7 data of this normal distribution. This is what empirical rule is. So once again I can explain this. What is the empirical rule? Empirical rule says if you have a normal distribution data set, right? If you have a normal distribution data set, the data will fall 100% data set fall within a three standard deviation, which is the 1 minus 1, second is 2 sigma minus sigma, or third is 3 sigma or minus 3 sigma. So if it is following in that region, which is following the 1 sigma, 1 standard deviation, that is mean they are representing the 68%. If the spread is 2 sigma or minus 2 sigma, they are representing the 95. If it is spread is very 3 sigma till the 3 sigma minus 3 sigma, they are representing the 99.7%. So this is all about this video. So in the next video I will cover for the more important topic. That's it.